Ahmed, IFL TV, MTK Global. I'm at a press conference today with Dubois v Little, joined by promoter Frank Warren. Firstly, how you doing, Frank?
I'm good, Omar. You?
Yeah, good, thanks. Still buzzing from Leeds, Warrington's points win?
Certainly am. It was a fantastic night. It was an emotional night. It was the atmosphere was one of the best atmospheres I've experienced in my time in British boxing. It was just a great night. More importantly, we got a good result based upon what we decided to do with Josh, which was to get him into a position where he'd be the mandatory challenger. He had an eliminator. We got him in the #1 spot to fight Lee Selby, and we delivered.
Yeah, good
advert.
He
delivered.
Good advert for British boxing, BT Sport, and yourself as well.
Yeah, it was.
All round good. And not many people pick Josh. Really, his team, and you're the only one. And you proved right, so must be happy with that.
Well, I'm lucky, and I'll blow my trumpet on that. I think people really underestimated him. And I thought Josh on the night did a fantastic job. You know, he went there, he took the fight to Lee. There was times he outfought him, he outboxed him. In a tough fight, you know, Lee Selby's no slouch. He's a world-class fighter, as everybody said before the fight. And he handled and coped with it and won the fight, I think, by a good 3 or 4 rounds.
What did you make of the judge who had Selby up?
Well, listen, football referees, when they get something, bad decisions, they get demoted. Same should apply to boxing referees. And that guy should be demoted.
Obviously, Carl Frampton fighting in August at Windsor Park. Is there sort of any potential opponents you're looking at yet?
No, we've not. We're looking at opponents, but we're not deciding on who it's going to be yet. It's been quite difficult, to be honest.
Obviously, a comeback for Tyson Fury June 9th, opponent announced. There was a standard reaction on Twitter, people saying who's this guy and stuff, but you've picked the guy who's 23-1 and you're confident it's a good test for Tyson first.
Well, by the time he fights, he's been out of the ring for nearly 1,000 days. It's a long time. The guy, we know he fought a cruiserweight, but there's a lot of heavyweights who fought cruiserweights. And when you look at him, he went 10 rounds distance with Manuel Chara, who's now the WBA
super champion, something like that.
Whatever it is, that title he's got. So he went 10 rounds with the champion. Will he go 10 rounds with Tyson? The bottom line is Tyson needs rounds. He needs rounds. He needs rounds, and let's hope he'll deliver some rounds. We will see.
Okay, let's come on to the presser today.
See ya.
You saw Tom Little trying to sort of get a reaction out of Dubois, but they're sort of polar opposites. Dubois didn't bite at all. Your man's calm going into this.
He's calm, cool, and collected. And as he says, he does all his talking in the ring. You know, Tom's a very good professional. He fancies the job. He's got fast hands, so I think we're going to get a good fight.
Tom sort of referred to the fact that so far opponents have just stood in front of Daniel and he's blasted them out. Tom said that he's going to sort of provide movement, boxing, skills. How big of a challenge do you see Tom as?
I hope he does, because that's what I want. I want him to get experience. I don't want it, listen, if he catches them, they go. We want to see him get rounds under his belt. I don't know what he's going to do like when he does 10 rounds. He's never been there, never seen that yet. I know his last fight, he came off quite a serious flu, that flu that everybody was getting. He came off of that, and he had an opponent who was very awkward, who basically came to survive, but he'd done what he had to do. He found the key to that lock, and the fight was stopped. Will he do the same with this one? We'll find out on the night. It's a totally different fighter who's very confident going into it.
And obviously we've seen Huey Fury become British champ, JOYCE become Commonwealth champ. All possible opponents for Dubois in the future?
Absolutely, they're all good fights to be made, and he's done very well, Joe, to win the Commonwealth. I think, he would have done. I think Daniel would have probably done the same thing. But Joe's got a vast amount of amateur experience. What is he now? He's 31, 32 years of age. He's got a silver medalist in the Olympics, plus all the other tournaments he's boxed in over the years. Far more experienced than Daniel. Only had 7 senior bouts. That fight will happen down the road. I'm quite sure of that.
Obviously, headline on the card is Billy Joe on the 23rd of June. How's he been sort of looking in training?
I spoke to him the other day. He's really doing well. He's out training in Tenerife with Dominic Ingle, and he's up for it, as is Martin Murray. And I'm not overlooking Martin. I don't want to be disrespectful.
he thought he was overlooking him.
He's quite right to think that, because all that conversation with the press and everyone was about Bill's next fight, and he's got a great point. But I like Martin. And obviously he's going to be, as he said, he's not coming to make up the numbers, make up the numbers. He's coming to fight, and it's going to be a good fight.
Say Billy Joe does get through Martin Murray, and we see Canelo and Golovkin have their rematch in September. How likely is it that Billy Joe?
I think if he comes through all these fights, that fight with one of those guys will happen.
Okay. What sort of time frame are we looking at?
As soon as we can get it on.
Yeah.
As soon as possible.
Yeah, let's talk about.
I've got a big game, mate.
Yeah.
I've got to be at the
Okay,
hospital.
then. Okay, last word on sort of Dubois Little then.
What do I think of it?
Yeah.
I think it's a good test for Daniel, and I think it's a good experience fight for him. And Tom Little's not, as I say, he's coming. He thinks he's got the goods and the equipment to upset Daniel. We will see on the night.
Also, before you go, Frank, we've seen a war of words between Sonny Edwards and Prince Patel. What do you make of all that?
It's a good one. War of words. What do I think of Prince Patel? Has a war of words if he was in a phone box on his own, wouldn't he? He can't help himself. But Sonny Edwards, he's a good fighter. He's with us, and who knows? We may get that on.
Okay, I appreciate your time,
Thank
Frank.
you,
We'll
mate.
catch up with you soon.